Hey guys, Courtney Epps here with OTB Tax. And as most of you know, I have been an accountant for the last 19 years. I am a tax strategist, and I have alongside me today my friend Karla Pierce, and I met her in this whole world of network marketing. I just want to be very clear and honest and upfront. I am not involved in network marketing in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I do advocate the network marketing industry. So Karla, if you would just share with the world, kind of why you're in network marketing and what your background was before you ever got started.
Hi, Courtney. Thank you. Again, my name is Karla Neal, and I've been in the network marketing industry for 4.5 years. Actually a little bit more than, actually going on 5 years. It'll be 5 years in August. I started in network marketing initially to close the gap on my son's college education. A friend of mine sent me a link to purchase something. I looked at it and I'm like, hey, do you think we can make money doing this? And she's like, I sure do. So I'm like, okay, sign me up. She didn't even ask me to join, but I know her. She wouldn't have been selling, the product if it wasn't a great product. So I signed up, and the rest is history. I used to be a former mortgage broker, went through a divorce, market plummeted, ended up moving from one state to another, and really started all, started all over. I worked in education when I moved to the state that I currently lived in. And the nonprofit that I was working for closed in June. I was introduced to the network marketing industry that August. What I love most about the network marketing industry is it more than allowed me to close the gap for my son's education. It allowed me to pay for his education with 1 month's commission check with a whole bunch of money left over. It connected me with some of the most amazing people like yourself. It's really about networking, meeting people, all walks of life. One of the things that I really, really love about the network marketing industry is you can show up as your unique self. You don't have to be anybody else. You can be tall, short, fat, skinny. You can be any ethnicity. You can be straight. You can be gay. It does not matter. No one looks at you and judges you for who you are. One judges you for your past. Everybody has an even playing field. The only thing that you need is the heart and the desire and consistency to work your business every single day. Another reason that I love network marketing is for the sisterhood and the brotherhood of it all. I have a lot of people that join network marketing just for that. They love connecting with other people. They love being a part of something. So a lot of people may have wanted to pledge a fraternity or sorority in school, and the network marketing industry gives them that same, similar, not quite the same, but it gives them that same sense of family. The recognition in network marketing is amazing because we really celebrate every success for people. It doesn't matter how small it is. We're celebrating every success along the way. The difference between network marketing and a traditional 9 to 5, in my opinion, is they'll celebrate you, but then the next day, if you do one little thing and the needle's too far to the left, you're back in trouble again. And it's just not the same thing. It's not the same environment. It's a very warm, cultivating environment where everybody wants to see each other win.
I love it. Yeah, and you're exactly right. And one of the great things is that, and most people wouldn't think it's great, but 10 years ago, I lost my business. I put it up for sale, and the guy stopped paying me after 4 months, and I was $250,000 in debt, and I had a 5-year non-compete in the entire state of South Carolina for anything I knew how to do. And so my parents actually got me involved in network marketing, and I fell in love with it, not because I saw the money in the beginning. I saw a way for me to grow my accounting practice again, a way for me to get around people who were positive. Like I wasn't used to seeing positive people every single day. And it was a way that we had group events every week, and I could develop relationships very easily and quickly. But what really got me excited is when I first joined, I ended up saving someone $4,100 on their taxes. And that was a big eye opener for me because I was not taught in college that network marketing was a viable opportunity. I was taught that, that you've got to have a brick and mortar location and it takes a lot of money in order to make money in business. And, we were just taught that, home-based business is not really legitimate. And so when I did this tax return, see, I've always been a business owner. So for 19 years, I mean, nobody's told me what to do. And, and I've always had all these massive tax deductions. So I took it for granted. And I did this tax return for someone who wasn't really successful yet in the network marketing industry. And what I did is I saved her $4,100 from the year before when she was just a W-2 employee. And that was just such a huge eye opener for me that, and later on, years later, I had compiled 900 tax returns for people who were W-2 employees the year before, and then they became business owners. And those people, whether they were successful or not, I was saving them on average of $4,000 to $8,000 a year. And that can truly be life-changing. One of the great things I see about network marketing, and I don't know how you started, whether you started part-time or full-time, but, in network marketing, the great thing is you just put forth a little bit of effort, 3 to 5 days a week for 45 minutes a day. And now you're in business and you're entitled to take tax deductions that yesterday were living expenses that today now are business expenses. So how did you start part-time, full-time? How long did it take you to go full-time if you started part-time?
So when I started, I wasn't working, but I was on a severance package. So I did have money coming in. So I really started full-time. And I went full throttle. I'm like, I want to make this work. I don't want anyone else to control what I do every day. I want to have the freedom and flexibility to work from home. And I love being able to work from home. I'm talking to you right now from my study in my home. And so this is my home office, or actually one of them. I have more than one. And like you said, I'm able to write off the space that I live in. I can get up, I get dressed, and I go downstairs and I work in my home. And it's a blessing. What it does is it gives me more quality time with my family. And you already know the tax benefits are they're unlimited. They're totally unlimited. And the financial freedom that this industry has provided me is just unmatched. You have the ability to really work hard and earn your worth. If the playing field is open for everybody, the results are always different, depending on what people want to put in. But I absolutely love being able to work from home and being able to take advantage of those wonderful tax benefits that that you know more about than I do. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I had the luxury of going to Karla's new house what was it, in September, maybe? October. And, beautiful house. There was probably close to 75, 80 people there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was the millionaire club, and and I was able to speak to them, and that's the cool part. It's like, one, you actually get paid to hang around people you like. That's a big deal, right?
Exactly.
Because in the regular world, you don't always get to hang out with people you want to hang out with. Two, you get to spend time at home and growing your business. Like, one of the things that I miss so much is that as we continued to grow bigger and bigger with my accounting practice, we had to relocate out of our home in September. And now we have a 6,000 square foot facility, but it's not the same at being, I was home for 10 years with my children and building my accounting practice, and they saw me every day. I have several children now that work for us every single day, but it's just different. Like, I could be home, I could wear whatever I want. If I wanted to wear my onesie, I could wear it and I could work all day long. And now it's a lot different. And, the next step are things like, Karla has a swimming pool. Well, guess what? That swimming pool is a tax deduction because she has children who now can work on her property and they can become her employees. And then she has people who work for her as assistants that come over, and they are allowed to swim in the swimming pool. And because of that, that's 100% tax deduction. Even if it wasn't 100% and she didn't have any employees, then it's still, you can write it off as a portion of business use of your home. So because she's having events in her home, now the catering is 100% tax deductible, which we had catering that day. And then also on top of that, you get to write off all of the TV that we needed to use in order to run the event, the projection screen, if we had that, the clicker, the computer, all of those things are tax deductible on top of a percentage of that house is tax deductible. Everything like depreciation, you can write off repairs and maintenance. You write off the interest on the house, the utilities on the house, and then the property taxes. So all that adds up, and we're not spending more money because we have a business. We now have major tax deductions that we were spending before that are now going against our taxable income. So we actually pay less taxes than the average W-2 employee because of the fact that we have the advantage and the ability to be able to write off the things that other people as W-2 employees can't write off. So we're not knocking W-2 employees at all. And please understand that. We're just trying to teach you that there's a better system. And right now, as a W-2 employee, if you're listening to this, you're in that first system that was created to steal your wealth away. The average W-2 employee will literally pay 40% of every dollar they make in taxes. Whereas if you're a business owner, when you become a business owner, you say, okay, now I'm in business, whether that be you join a company, whether that be you start one from scratch. It doesn't matter. When you join a business and you're attempting to earn an income, meaning you're running your mouth and telling people what you're doing, then you now have the advantage of massive tax deductions, and you're in that second system that was created to provide wealth for you. And the reason why is because we as business owners, we create economy. We're generating sales. We're creating more economy. We go out and spend more money. The whole deal is the hope is that Congress says, well, maybe they'll hire employees along the way, and then the employees end up paying the taxes. So, Karla, I don't know how many people you have on your team, but, I know that one of the things that I've learned is that helping other people be successful sometimes is even more important than you becoming successful. Like it feels better. So tell me about how that works. And I'm sure you have a couple of success stories on your team from people.
Oh my God. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And not just people on my team, but like you said, working with people that you love. My sister's in business with me. Some of my best friends and their sisters and moms are in the business. And it's just a wonderful thing because I get to see them win. I get to see people who were struggling in different aspects of their life, and not just financially struggling, but struggling with the confidence where they believe that they were worthy of being successful and worthy of living the life that living their dreams and making their dreams a reality. So all of that is wonderful. I have a team of over 60,000, and like we're growing every single day. If we haven't hit 60, we're very close to 60,000. I think we're over 60,000. The numbers are changing consistently. Last month, my team, just to give you an example of the impact that we have, we did over 17 million in retail sales last month, just in 1 month as a team. Absolutely amazing. And the lives that we're impacting are not just the people on our team, but the people who we serve as well. So it just gives us a greater sense of purpose. And it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
I love it. And, and it's funny, because I do a lot of tax strategy sessions. That's every day. I used to do about 20 a day. Thank God I have staff to help me now. And I'll talk with, a guy, and as somebody will call me, and it's typically a man. And he's like, my wife is costing me money in this network marketing business. And I'm like, no, what your wife is doing, because your wife would be spending money if she wasn't actually making money. But on paper, your wife may show a loss. But the thing is that you're a W-2 employee. Your wife is now a business owner. She's making money in this company she's in. Now, because she's in this company, she has access to $20,000 to $30,000 worth of living expenses that you guys were already spending anyway. And then now, because of that, it's offsetting her income. So she pays no taxes on the money she makes. And then the loss that you see on that paper is actually going against your income. It's actually bringing more money out of your paycheck home. So no, your wife's not costing you money. She's actually saving you a ton of your own money. And on top of that, it's the smartest decision she ever made, because she's not even paying taxes on the money that she makes. And it's like, I wish I could see them, Karla. It's like their backdrops. I mean, like there's just like silence. Like, what did, what just happened here? Well, I mean, people just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And at the end of the day, we are in a place now where right now is the time to find some sort of plan B. And it may not be Carla's company. It may not be like accounting. That's hard. Like I probably wouldn't suggest you going into accounting. Now, if you're looking for an accounting career, come work for me because I need some help. But definitely, what I see is that the network marketing industry. I remember having a conversation with you in September or October, and I think you guys were doing 10 million in sales a month,
Exactly.
and now 17.
17. So I did a book collaboration, I don't know, a few months ago. And at the time that I was writing my chapter of the book, we were doing $10 million in sales. And that was just a few months ago. Our volume actually doubled from March to May. So from March to May, our volume doubled. Absolutely amazing. And one thing that I didn't say about this industry is the industry will grow you. It will make you become a better person. It will make you wake up with more purpose. It'll make you wake up and work on becoming a better you. I'm constantly listening to different things to help inspire me, whether it's an audible book or listening to a Les Brown on YouTube. It's amazing. And then you find mentors, not necessarily in your company, but you have some in your company, have some outside of your company that again help you to grow and become a better you. And that is what I do with my team. I help them to grow and become better people.
And you don't find that in the normal everyday world. Like there is nobody that I could pick up the phone in the accounting world today and say, hey, I have this question. How did you build this company? And that's the one great key. One of the greatest keys about network marketing is that people are trying to help you be successful because they will be more successful. You have to literally help someone in order to make money in that company. And in any of those companies. And that's what I love about it. And, you're exactly right. Growing yourself, personal growth and development. I didn't even know what that was, right? I mean, like you go to college, and, you do everything they tell you to do. Most people walk out with college debt. I'm fortunate enough that I got paid to go to college and I graduated at 20 with a 5-year accounting degree, but I'm very unlike most. And, we're taught to do all these things and we think they're the right things, but they end up not benefiting us in the real world. And then you walk out and you're like, here I am, like I'm waiting on my $100,000 a year paycheck. And you realize that doesn't necessarily exist. And so, what I love and I've learned the most is personal growth and development. But what that has done and what that looks like is a tax deduction because it's continuing education. So if you are going to a continuing education event to grow your business and along the way you get personal growth and development, that is a tax deduction. So being a platinum partner like I was last year with Tony Robbins, and once events start back, I'll do it again. But that's $85,000 a year to grow my mindset, to put me in the right group of people. Guess what? Network marketers, you actually get paid to be around the right group of people. I have to pay for it because I'm in the business world. So, it's just super crazy, but you're also allowed to grow and take tax deductions along the way, as well as the travel around it. You can take your family with you and you can take your children with you, which is what I do. And now you can add even more tax deductions along the way. Like Karla, I saw you at Beyond Leadership and my son was there. Remember when Wells was there?
Yes. And he was there helping you collecting business cards. He's so amazing. He is destined to do amazing things. Let me just tell you, you did a phenomenal job raising him. Amazing.
I think it was because I got him around, like he loves networking with people. And so, he wants to spend that time. And, I think you sent me a picture and a whole bunch of other people sent me some videos. I was on the last day, the hot seat day, which is the VIP event, because I was there speaking. He got up and stood up and walked and sat down in front of Eric Worre and said, what will it take for me to be a motivational speaker? Like, you don't realize that one of the greatest things about being a home-based business owner is your children get to see you work every single day and they get to be a part of it. and they're listening to what you have going on instead of you leaving the house and them not knowing anything. And then you come back home and you're exhausted. So I'm sure you've got a really great story about that as well, spending time with family.
Oh my goodness. So I remember doing a training in Florida, and we love Florida. My son, we still love Florida. We still love Disney and Universal.
Yes.
So I did a training in Florida. I brought him with me. He assisted me with the training. And then we got to spend the day in Universal Studios. And he had me on roller coasters. I was like, Lord, I'm too old for this. I can't do this anymore. But it was super, super fun. In addition to that, we have an annual convention from my company every year in Las Vegas, and he comes with me, and my nephews come with me, and his friends come with me. It's a big thing, and his friends' parents are in my business as well, and it's a write-off because the kids come, they help us, they support us. He's helping me carry my things throughout the convention center, but that's work.
Yeah,
So you already know it's a tax write-off. Love
exactly.
it. It's a win-win. And he gets to see me in my element. He gets to see
Yes.
the work. He gets to be around, like you said, wonderful people. It's a win-win. I try to make it a habit, whether he's with me or not, when I'm going to do trainings. I go in a couple of days early or I stay a few days later and I go and I sightsee. I do things that I just didn't have the time to do prior to the network marketing business. So I'm incredibly thankful for the financial freedom and the just total freedom and flexibility that the industry offers. I get to make my hours and I get to work from wherever I am as long as I have a telephone.
Yes. And being a part of something bigger, that's one of the cool things. Although I'm not in network marketing, everybody lets me be a part of their team because I'm just trying to help everybody. And, that's probably one of the most powerful things about network marketing is it does truly allow you to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And, and it gets you around that environment, the right environment that is going to help you grow. So our accounting practice indirectly, I mean, we've not spent $1 in advertising, and indirectly our accounting practice has grown 30 times in the last 3 years,
Amazing.
just in network marketing, like building through the network marketing industry, right? And then, personal growth and development, having those two things that I would never have known existed had I not been involved in network marketing in the beginning.
Amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And the networking piece of it, the connections that you make. I met you, like you said, at Beyond Leadership. Now we're connected. If I have a question, I know I could call you. Hey, Courtney, how would this work? And you taught me about um, getting a cost analysis for my house because I actually use more of my house than the standard deduction that the IRS allows. And you're like, hey, get a cost analysis done so that you can write off a greater portion of your house. That was just great, great information. And it's made a significant difference and allowed me to keep more of the money that I'm making. So thank you for that. And so many other things, but that one was big.
Well, I've got another one for you. While we're on here, we might as well tell it. So, for some high income earners, if you pay more than 25% tax bracket, or if you're in more than a 25% tax bracket, there's something called a conservation easement. And so, what that looks like, typically, you would have to buy land and give it to the government. So that's kind of hard, and nobody wants to do that. So there are programs in place through financial advisors, and I've got a friend of mine that I send people to, make nothing off of it. It's not a compensationable conversation. But what I do is I connect people to him, and you can put money into a company that is actually already given that land to the government. So it's a 4-time multiple. I had a client this year. I got him last November. I think I spoke in Punta Cana at an event, and he said, Courtney, I need you to be my accountant. We talked about it in December. He did this conservation easement. It was he put in $650,000. He got a $2.6 million tax deduction. It's a charitable contribution is exactly what it is. And so it's the only thing that you can get a 4-time multiple on. So, he put in that much money. He got a 4-time multiple that ended up saving him $975,000 this year, legitimately in taxes. And it's one of the oldest tax codes that there is available. It's like 200 years old. these conservation easements. And so the swing, right, because he paid $650 for it, it saved him $325,000. I mean, for one simple strategy, like, you need to do this. We connected him. It was very painless for him, and it saved him, cleared $325,000.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And thank God for you. Like, thank God that you understand the industry, and you know your stuff. Like, so I am really, really thankful to Eric Warway for connecting me to you, because had it not been for him, I probably wouldn't have met you as soon as I did. I think we would have connected, because we were destined to connect.
Yes. Yes. And the last time we talked, we got Les Brown on the phone. We got to make that happen. I mean, because he is in Atlanta, you're in Atlanta. I got to come down. We got to hang out together, go to lunch or something.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. And thank you too for the time that you spent at my leadership retreat, pouring into my team, sharing your knowledge and your tax tips with them. That was priceless. This priceless is such a valuable resource to us all.
Thank you. And Karla, the thing is really cool, like, because we're sharing, I've been on Facebook Live today already, and I've got 2 more after this. And, the cool part is that, and it doesn't look like I've got to go get my nails done, but nails, makeup, hair, clothes, if you're only utilizing those clothes for Facebook Lives or speaking engagements, all that stuff can be a tax deduction. Jewelry, I know Karla's always got the most amazing jewelry, and all of that can be tax deductible because you're sharing. You're actually attempting to earn an income by what we're doing. Like, I do these because, one, I want people to see a different side of the network marketing industry, the side that I saw when I was broken, the side that I saw when I didn't feel like there was any chance that I could ever make it again. And network marketing kind of brought me out of that and got me into a world of positivity, of people that, were making it. And I said, well, and some of them, it was like, man, if they can do it, like, I could definitely do this. Like, I could kill this. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably, I'm sure you've seen some people. It's like, if they can do it, there's just no shadow of doubt. Like, I'm going to do 10 times what they're doing.
Exactly. And I tell my team, I actually just posted it probably one day last week, that people they're fearful. Oh, I'm scared I won't do well. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And I'm like, listen, there are people with less skills than you that decided to go for it. Their skill level is not where yours may be, but they went for it and they're winning. So you just have to have the heart to want to win, and the consistency and persistency to get out there and do it, and get up and do it every day. Do it scared, do it tired, do it in spite of, and do it because of. A lot of times people around you, the people that you love the most, may be the people that don't believe in you. You have to show them, wake up, because you can show them so far better than you can tell them. But for everybody that's listening, like, you have to believe in you. Get up every day and believe in you. Believe that your dreams can come true. My dreams are now my reality. I wake up and I'm living my reality. The network marketing industry afforded me to be able to purchase my dream home back in August of last year. I don't need a vacation from it. Got up this morning before I went to the hair salon, because I got my hair done today, and I sat in the sauna. The sauna's in my master bathroom. A blessing. I wouldn't have been able to do that had it not been for my success in the network marketing industry. And I'm just incredibly thankful for that. And I just pray, that other people will take the plunge, with whatever company, whatever interests you, just do it.
And yeah, and that is perfect, because I want people to understand. I wish I would have known these statistics before I got out of network marketing. I probably never would have gotten out. So maybe that's why God led me down this path, because I'm supposed to share this with the masses. And if I were in just one company, that would be all that was shared. So, stepping out of it, guys, 46% of Americans before the pandemic did not have an extra $400 to their name. And 69% of Americans before the pandemic didn't have an extra $1,000 to their name. And that was me. Like, I didn't have $300 to sign up in my first company. My parents paid for me to join. I put 900 people in that company in a matter of 14 months, and then I moved to another company, and that next company, like it changed my life. And we had $428 in the bank account, and it was $421 to get started. And that catapulted, that changed everything, the history of my entire family tree. Not because, and I became successful in that company, but because it got me to the right people. It got me the right time. It got me around the personal growth and development. But most people look at network marketing and they say, there's no way I can do it. There's no way that I can have conversations with people. Well, here's what I want you to understand is that half the people across from you don't have enough money if they lost their next paycheck. And it is your requirement, it is your duty to go out and share what you have found as an opportunity to help them. You don't have to force them to join. All you have to do is share it with them. And the great thing about it is the certainty. I'll give you the guarantee of it is tax savings. So if you go out and share with people and talk to them and just tell them what you're doing, tell them about your product, tell them about your opportunity, one, you could completely change their life. Like you could be like Karla, right? The person you're talking to across the room from you could be the next Karla, and it completely and utterly changed her life in a way that nothing else could have. No other industry would have been able to do that. It's a level playing field. But the next step is how would it feel that if the person across from you, if you not given them the opportunity and they did lose their job, and this could have been their way out. So I urge you to have conversations with people and just share with them, regardless if they join you or not, regardless if they understand it or not, regardless if they tell you that it's not legitimate or not. They just don't know, guys. And so, but the guarantee for you is you're going to save between $400 and $700 a month in taxes just to open your mouth. And that's that. If I do nothing else but then help you talk to more people, one, that will make you more successful over time and give you that certainty that you need in order to get people to want to be a part of what you're doing. Because the minute that they realize you don't need them, because we don't need them, like we don't need people to join. What we want is to help them if they want to be helped. And I think that's what so many network marketers don't understand. It's like, we're just providing you the opportunity. If you want to jump, that's great. If you don't, that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm going to save money on my taxes. I'm going to be able to take some tax deductible vacations. I'm going to be able to spend more time with my family. I'm going to be able to make more money. I'm going to be able to do all these things because I said yes. And if you want to say yes too, that's great. If you don't, it's okay. I just appreciate you helping me save more money in taxes today by having lunch with me. That's just all we're saying. So, Karla, what are the last words that you want to say to the audience? I thank you so much for being here. I came up with this idea last week, and I'm like, man, it would be so great if we used real world experiences and we help people understand that who the people are in the network marketing industry, because I don't think we see the success stories enough. And it's so much more than just success. It's more along the lines of, it's money, it's time, it's freedom, it's all these other things. So what are your thoughts and your last words that you want to share with the audience?
I just want to say this industry works. Talk to everyone. Like, I'm not a traditional network marketing story, whatever that really is, but I wasn't broke. I didn't have a job, but I had a severance package, but I wanted something different. I wanted freedom. I wanted flexibility. I wanted to be able to control my destiny. And I took a plunge. I took the leap and got involved in the network marketing industry. And it provided me with all of those things that I was looking for. So really, there's no typical person. Like, it could be someone that's been through some of anything, and for those of you that have suffered some type of loss, whether it was the loss of a loved one, whether it was a divorce, because divorce is devastating. There's life after whatever you are or whatever you're going through. So embrace your journey and take a leap of faith. If you have a friend or someone who's doing business to you in some capacity, reach back out to them and say, hey, tell me a little bit more about what you're doing, because it will change your life in so many different ways if you allow it to. You know, the results are different for everyone. I say that all the time. The results are definitely different for everyone, but it's life changing. I love it. I'm so incredibly thankful for it. I'm thankful for the yeses of the people who came before me. Just incredibly thankful for this opportunity and thankful for my connection with you, this platform that you're creating and educating people and letting them know. I learned some things just talking to you today. So I got another tax write-off, which I'm super excited about. So it's just an amazing opportunity. Take the leap, everyone. Take the leap.
Thank you so much, Karla. I appreciate you being on another episode of What's Your Plan B? Why you would be brain dead not own a home-based business. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.